Thank everyone for coming to Digital Domain today for this press conference. We are very happy to be here at Digital Domain with all of the parties at the table. I'd like to introduce everyone at the table so that you know who they are and what they bring to the table. And the far end is Rich Nalbandian. He is the Assistant Director for the Treasure Coast Sports Commission. Very instrumental in helping to bring this tournament here, these tournaments here. Has been involved in the baseball world for a very, very long time, over 16 years, and 6 years with the Treasure Coast Sports Commission, so he's had plenty of experience. Next to him is Tommy Bowes. Tommy, your title goes head groundskeeper to assistant manager to manager of Digital Domain.
Stadium superintendent.
Yeah. I mean, it changes every time. All I know is Tommy is what makes the stadium run. The gentleman next to him is Paul Taglieri, GM for the St. Lucie Mets and New York Mets. Paul has been very instrumental in opening up this facility to bring youth tournaments here, and he'll speak to that a little bit later.
I'm going to make Tommy retire.
You can't do that. His hair is already white.
I used to have black hair.
Next to me is Richard Neely, president of ABC. And next to me on my left is Joe DeRoss, Treasure Coast Sports Commission board president. And next to him is Commissioner Mowry, is the chair of the county commission and also the chair of the TDC. As soon as we have our next meeting.
Exactly.
So again, I want to thank you all for coming, and I think it's important to know that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the New York Mets. And I would like Paul to just briefly tell you some of the things that they've done to help us to bring this tournament here.
Yeah, when Tom approached us probably about 6 months back with ABC and the opportunity to bring these two tournaments to Digital Domain Park in St. Lucie County, we saw it as an opportunity to showcase our facility to a different demographic of people and bring people to this community, which we really need at the time that this tournament's coming. Everybody knows in the summer how our population decreases in this area, and we always the stadium and our programs have grown to look for other events other than New York Met and St. Lucie Met baseball to bring to this facility. So we're real excited. We were real excited about that opportunity. We're real excited that we had the opportunity to make this happen and come to fruition.
Thank you, Paul. And I got to tell you that we actually drove from Vero Beach to here initially when we did our first site visit. And I'll tell you that, Richard will tell you this later, but he was taking pictures of the stadium. He was so impressed with it. And I'll tell you, we took a ride. We walked out back and we ran into Tommy on the back fields when he was very busy. And he took about 20 minutes of his time to speak to us. And Tommy, why don't you just tell us what it means to you and how important it is for your staff when we bring these tournaments here.
We're excited. The Don Mattingly, Stan Musial, to us, is names that we've heard about for years, never expecting it to be at our facility. And the way that I expressed it was that I want the kids to be able to come here and to be, to experience something that they'll remember for quite some time. And I think that our facility can give them that experience, as we are going to do right now with the high school state championship that's going to be going on. The looks on their faces, it's worth $1 million. I'm looking forward to putting a lot of smiles on a lot of kids' faces. So we're really happy, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Thank you, Tommy. And again, if it wasn't for the county commission and what they do for the sports commission and the tourism division of the county, we wouldn't be here. The sports commission has been in existence since 1999, and St. Lucie County is the driving force behind the sports commission. It was actually formed through the Parks and Rec department here by a gentleman's name of Jack Downey, and also it was formed due to Jimmy Carnes, who was the executive director of the Governor's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. But St. Lucie County was a driving force behind this commission, and there's a reason why it's in existence today. And today I was at a county commission meeting, and very pleased to announce that the county has approved $40,000 in additional funding to help us bring this event here. Todd, I just want to thank you for what you did, and I'd like you to just, I know you're new, and I haven't had a chance to really sit and talk with you, other than before you were elected, and I'm just pleased you're on board, because I know you're a baseball guy.
Well, you stole our thunder about the $40,000, but thank you. We're excited, on behalf of the county. We're really thrilled that this is actually going to become a reality this summer. In fact, thinking about these two events, the fact that we're actually able to steal something away from Arizona, I tell you, let's keep bringing things from Arizona back to Florida. We would love to see that happen. We're really excited that we're actually to be able to be a part of this. The partnership with the Treasure Coast Sports Commission, the partnership as well with these organizations, to be able to see this come to fruition. It's neat just, from the perspective of the county, knowing what this impact has on our local economy is really excited. The fact that, this had been previously held in Puerto Rico, the tournament, the number of teams that this brings, the number of bedrooms that this is going to provide for our county, we are really excited about what it means for Digital Domain, as well as Lawnwood and Lakewood Regional Parks, with the fact that tournaments are going to be holding, they'll actually have some tournaments there. The overall impact, I think, we were looking at some of the numbers earlier, and about $1.75 million is what we were looking at from a hotel, restaurant, local business standpoint as a result of this. That's exciting for our county. That's what we want to see. We want to see teams coming here. We want to see the 3,750 room nights that we're going to see as an impact. All of those things together, I think, will make this a phenomenal event. We know there's a 3-year contract. We hear there's a 7-year additional on there. We hope this is going to become a long partnership, something that we're going to see for years to come.
Thank you, Commissioner. And Commissioner did jump the gun, because we did bid on the 10 and the 12s for Puerto Rico. And I've been given a letter that states, if they leave Puerto Rico,
That is correct.
that's coming here.
That is correct.
So we've got that commitment. So next, I'd like to introduce my board president. My job is made easier every day because of this man, and we communicate on almost a daily basis. I think I'm going to be getting a fee pretty soon, because he is an attorney. So every time I call, I know there's dollar signs going there somewhere. So at the end of my tenure, I'm sure he's going to collect from me somehow.
Yeah, my timesheet is full with Tom's phone calls. But I have to say that the Treasure Coast Sports Commission is thrilled to be hosting 3 of the 12 World Series for AABC. It's my honor today to introduce you to Richard Neely, the president of AABC. Richard is the 5th president of this organization. This organization started in 1935. And so, Richard, welcome to the Treasure Coast, and I hope this is a mutually beneficial tournament for both of us.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much. I'm not that old, I promise, but we do have some pretty good tenure with our presidents, all the way back to Lincoln Hackham. For some of you old baseball people, he was actually a commissioner for the MLB for a time. But we're very, very excited to be here at with Treasure Coast, as well as the Mets facility, Digital Domain. We're bringing here our youngest World Series and our oldest World Series. Don Mattingly, this will be the 7th year we've had that age group at 17-year-olds and 17 and under. It will be very, very exciting, because there should be a lot of not only Major League scouts, but college scouts. They're going to be all over this tournament, because these are typically juniors in high school. And this is when they want to really see them playing some good baseball and competitive baseball. The other tournament, Stan Musial, is our oldest division, and it's basically 19 and older. So you may see junior college kids, and you may see retired 40-year-old Major League pitchers. A few years ago, I saw a guy that was 43 years old throw a no-hitter in the Stan Musial World Series. He was unbelievable, and he was having a great time striking out with 18-year-old kids. This guy played in the majors for 12 years, and he was hitting a rapid 65 miles an hour. They couldn't hit him. They couldn't hit him at all. But that World Series has been on for over 60 years.
How desirable for a city is it to have something like this come to you?
One thing that I saw, I've been to not Richard's
That's fine.
tournament, but I won't tell you who it is, but it's a very well-known tournament for 14s. It was in Winchester, Virginia. And Richard will tell you about it in the New Mexico tournament, that the teams stayed with families, host families. So the players would stay with the host families. Well, I went to try and get a hotel room late, and I was lucky. I got the last room. There were no hotel rooms in Winchester or in the whole county. So, you were having the players stay with the families and the other players, which was really neat because now you got guaranteed gate. You got people that are going to come, they're going to watch the adopted player play. So it didn't hurt the economic impact or the heads and beds. And this has been going on in Winchester for at least 7 years that I know of. And Richard will tell you his experience in New Mexico.
Right. In Farmington, New Mexico, we have the Connie Mack World Series. This year will be the 48th straight year. We have a foster parent program. And immediately the impact was you're taking people out of motel rooms. Actually, it worked the reverse. It filled the motels up because of the parents and visitors and scouts and so forth that would come in. And it packed the stadium. And it's a week-long tournament. We'll run 100,000 people through that. And it's a town of 45,000 people. So it's very, very similar to what we have here in the county as well as the cities. And you get local involvement. When you get those parents, we can go back. The AABC is fortunate in that we have provided the most major league players that have made the big show. Okay? We don't count minors, but the major league, nothing personal. Okay? And we're very fortunate, and today those parents in Farmington are still getting birth announcements, graduation announcements, marriage invitations from those kids that played in Farmington. So it creates an unbelievable environment for your local town. It's a great thing. It's a great thing.
And where exactly were these events before? You mentioned Arizona.
Right. The Don Mattingly was held in Surprise, Arizona at the Texas Rangers facility, and the Stan Musial was held in Houston, Texas.
For 5 years.
For 5 years.
And, one thing I'll tell you, that we talked about this and it was brought up earlier today, Arizona's pretty hot.
It is.
And Texas is even hotter and more humid.
Yes.
And they talk about coming here, and I tell this story all the time, that you couldn't come to a better place in Florida. We have the tropical breeze that blows. It blows warm in the winter and cool in the summer. I'm selling the area, but it works. And go to Atlanta, go to Charlotte, go to Houston, go to Richmond, go to any of those cities in the summer and play baseball, and it's hot and humid.
That's why we love it. 21 miles of beaches, 11,000 acres of environmental preserves. You combine it all together, it makes a perfect environment.
Richard, why would you want to come here? What was it that made you want to?
Well, obviously, the Sports Commission itself, the willingness to work together to make a great event, the facilities.
He's
hands
lying.
down.
He's lying. Let me stop him right now. The reason that they came here, you really need to understand this,
Yeah.
that they looked at Vero Beach Sports Village because it was the Dodgers, it was Sandy Koufax, and we're going to hold the World Series there, which we announced earlier. They were excited about that. But when we took the trip down to Digital Domain, he couldn't stop taking pictures. He loves this facility. I mean, we walked the facility, we toured it. When we got all through, we took more pictures. I think you were impressed with the facility.
I was impressed with the facility, and there's hands down. And we played a lot of great facilities throughout the United States. But, to bring a high school kid into this environment as you're doing with the state tournament, I mean, their eyes, as you said, it's
It's great.
amazing. Maybe the only chance they'll ever in their lives get to step foot on that field. And believe me, as an old baseball player, I always dreamed of stepping on one of these fields. And you don't get that opportunity. So that's something we provide for them. And, the AABC, I'm not, we'll press a little bit on the Dodgers, but we have 4 of our divisions named after former Dodgers. So we're still working on the Mets. We do have one that I can't, it's unofficial. We're working on the paperwork. It's been approved. But our 13-year-old division will be named the Nolan Ryan division.
Okay.
So that ties in.
Yeah,
That ties
ties
in.
in
the
nice,
mix.
yeah.
So.
It's not going to be named Tom Colucci or.
He tried to pay me, but I wouldn't let him,
And you said the Don Mattingly tournament, this is the 7th year?
7th year, yes.
And then,
Stan Musial's over 60 years old.
It's one of the reasons that we really worked hard on this. It was a credible organization that's been around for a long time. We've been looking for a partnership like this since 1999. If you look at our logo, I don't know, where's our logo, Al?
I think you have the
There it is.
banner back.
Okay, well, there's a banner back here. If you look at our logo, we changed our logo, and you'll look at the second part of the logo, the picture is a baseball. you know, we changed that 2 years ago because we felt that we have the opportunity to move forward as a destination for baseball tournaments. We've been working on it for a long time. We've done a lot of softball, done a lot of soccer, we've done, you know, baseball, and we've done showcases, but nothing to this magnitude. We did one year back in 2004. We brought a national tournament here, and it fizzled. Not here, it just fizzled all around. It was a new tournament that was trying to get started with a named player. But this has been around forever. If you look at their history and you look at the, you know, what their profile is and what they've done, they've been around a long time, and they tend to create a partnership with a community and make it grow, and they want to be here. So we want them. We want to have a partnership that extends beyond the 3 years, and we're hoping to do much more. And again, I can't thank the Mets enough. I've had an office in this facility since 1999, and when Paul came here, things changed. He really changed this facility. If you look at the sponsors, you look at what he's done here, you look at where the stadium has come since the first day he walked in the door, it's totally different than what it was back in 99, 98.
I'm not your boss, Tom. You know.
I appreciate what you do.
How much does it cost to run an event like this? You mentioned that you're getting the $40,000.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of costs here that again, we bid against other cities, and Richard will tell you what in Puerto Rico they spend.
Well, the government of Puerto Rico, we have 2 World Series there, and the government gives them $300,000 to host those 2 organizations.
Part of the expenses that the bid fee covers go, and Richard, you can address this better than I can. The bid fee goes to help pay for the teams that come here.
100% of it goes towards travel incentives, okay, for the teams. We give them a specific amount of money and also some money towards our motel rooms. I mean, it's not a profit center for me, believe me. It all goes right out the door.
Right. And the money that it costs is whatever it costs us to run a 6-day tournament at either facility. It's the cost for the grounds crew. It's the cost for the, you know, the fields, the lights, all that's included. No, it's the 20,000 of each goes to double ABC to help bring the teams here in the bid. It's kind of like law enforcement. When we bid on police and fire, it was a $50,000 bid fee to bring it here. So the bid fee is to attract it away from another city. It'll cost us somewhere around $8,000 to $9,000 for each tournament for the expenses to run it. Any other questions? No other questions? I guess thank you for coming, and we'll stick around and introduce everybody in case you want to meet.